Hello guys, it's Kristiyan Mihailov from Para. Welcome back to Robotics Strategy Forum 2020. I'm here today with Georgi Grozdanov from Technology and Innovation Center of Festo. Hello George, how are you?
Hi Chris, thanks for the invitation.
You just jumped from
yes,
the previous
exactly.
session.
Exactly. Correct.
So yeah, I crafted a few questions for you. Since I know that Festo is doing a lot in Bulgaria and not only, but tell me more, how is the development of Festo Technology Center going in the last 1 year, and actually in which directions? What is happening with Festo Technology Center?
Yeah, I mean, we have the engineering center in Sofia, in Bulgaria. Festo, we grow a lot in the last 1 year, to be honest. I can tell you that in the last 1 year and a half, if I need to say that we grow maybe 4 times. We were around 20 people, now we are more than 80 people, I can say around 100 people. And
so you did it through the pandemic, right?
Yes,
you
through
did
the
an
pandemic.
expansion through the pandemic, which is
this was really
amazing.
one of the interesting points, because through the pandemic and when we were closed, everybody were closed, and it was interesting that we are doing and we switched to do all things through online interviews, online hiring, somehow giving the computers to the people, and after that working from home and continue working like this. And it was really interesting 1 year, I can say. But this doesn't stop us to continue hiring and to continue growing and really continue to our expansion, and not only expansion, but going to the new areas of technologies which we want to do here in Sofia.
That's amazing. Actually, what type of challenges you're facing so far, and how you want to develop and to continue your expansion?
Yeah.
In which directions?
One of the biggest challenge, I can say, which I can say that everybody have it in the IT industry, is to find the talents and to find the people. And this continues to be a challenge, I can say. And what we are doing here is several things. One of them is that supporting events and like Robo Days and so on, and starting working more and more with the schools. We are working with doing dual education. Okay. We have the children in our engineering center. And
on what age?
They are now 10 degree and 11 degree in the 16 years old, something like this. Okay. 16 years old. The idea is because we believe that we need to really to push and to support, mainly to support the schools, that they to really to, how to say, to the children to understand what means this industry, and we need more people and to help them to really to start the children to go in these directions, and after that, of course, university and going to the companies at the end.
Well, I know that you invest a lot in dual education.
Yep.
It's a long-term practice
we have
from Germany, right?
We have a long history about this. We have really a long history. I mean, it started from the HQ in Germany. From years, decades, I can say, we are doing this there. And in parallel, here in Festo production, the plant, we are doing dual education from a long time. Now, in this year, we are doing for the first time in the engineering center. I mean, we are young, and we immediately started and believing that this is the future, and start with the dual education.
Well, you're definitely doing amazing things as a foreign investor in Bulgaria. You have like 25 years?
More than this,
More
I can say
this.
something like this, yeah.
Right, well, as a global company, may you share more, like a draft overview of the global trends in automation and actually where Festo is positioned?
Good point. You know that the industry, and everybody are speaking about Industry 4.0, and this is the future, and Festo is there. And the idea is that we are driving such kind of technologies to go into smart factory and Industry 4.0. In parallel, a lot of our top management people are part of the Germany community, which is for definitions of the Industry 4.0. And in parallel, we are looking and cooperating with other companies and really to define what should be Industry 4.0, what should be the new trends, what should be the trends in the not only plants manufacturing, but we are speaking about medical equipment automation, we are speaking about digitalization, we are speaking about robotics, and everywhere we are going there because this is the future about new technologies and Industry 4.0, smart factories, smart automation.
What is the difference of developing smart factories, smart manufacturing in Bulgaria and in Germany, for example?
Somehow I can say that in Bulgaria we are still need more things to do there. Germany, everybody knows that Germany is the technology country,
yep.
And a lot of technology is driven by Germany from a long time ago. I mean, if I remember in the past, a lot of equipment, when you say that it is manufactured in Germany, we know that it will be perfect. And they're the drivers. Germany is the drivers and continue to be the drivers of what companies are doing this. But in Bulgaria, we still are behind this and we still need to improve about this kind of automation. From one side, we are a small country, this is true, but from the other side, more and more investors are coming here. More and more companies are coming here to do the manufacturing, and it is logical because we are in the Europe. And we are in Europe, we have good talents, we have good experts, and
we have a flat tax.
Flat tax, of course. Financially, it is better to be here, absolutely. And again, we are in Europe, and this is very, very good benefit for us. And this is something what we need to continue to push to really to get more and more investors here and more companies to come here. They want. This is happening from one side from the companies, and in Germany everybody knows that in Bulgaria they can find really a good to create a good plants and so on. But from the other side, the government should support more and more for really to get more and more investors here. This is something what we need to improve more and more, I can say.
Well, yeah, definitely a good point. What I will bring you back more about the COVID. And how do you think that COVID impacted the industry? In terms of automation, in terms of manufacturing, and I think it's good to share more about Festo and the Festo overview.
Generally, in the industry, what happened is everybody knows that one of the industry which was impacted a lot was automotive industry. And the automotive industry really have big issues. They are starting now to go more and more up and to recover, but it will take time. But in parallel, there is a lot of other industries which really grow a lot. One of them, as I mentioned before, it is about medical. Because of the COVID, everybody are starting to understand that there is a need for more and more automation to do more tests, for example, to support more about surgery, for example, and so on. There is a lot of things which in the medical industry grow a lot in the last 1 year, I can say. This is the future, I can say, from one side. And of course, the other one which continue to grow, this is about electronics. I mean, about the microcontrollers, chips, and so on. This is another one. Automotive is slowed down, but I believe that soon they will go up, but it will take time, more time for them. It will take time to recover, for sure.
Well, we're still on the COVID topic.
Yeah.
But how do you think that COVID impacted the Bulgarian industry? Not from an NGO point of view, but from an expert that is working closely with the IT departments, with the manufacturing departments, with the Bulgarian industry as well.
Let's say from one side, from financial point of view, this will be very difficult. Because in Bulgaria we don't have so big companies. We have big companies which are coming from outside and which are not Bulgarian companies, let's say. But the problem is that in this crisis which we have now and which will continue the next maybe 1 year and maybe a little more, we will see. The most important, as it was the same 10 years ago, 2008 and 2009, the most important is about the cash flow and the companies who will survive. And there will be some restructuring for sure, and this will impact Bulgaria too, because there is a lot of small companies and the idea is that they want to survive. But in parallel, they understand that they need to do more automation because of this kind of pandemic situation. They need to really to have better structure in their plans to not be not impacted so much of the pandemic situations like this one. But I think that they will wait a little, and they will wait to really to have better recovery, and after that they will go to the level for the more and more automation. But they need now to survive, and this will be the situation in Bulgaria in the next 1 year, maybe 1.5 years, which small manufacturer companies will how to survive.
I see. The technology center of Festo is here from a long time, like not 1 or 2 years, but from like 6 or 7 years, or maybe more.
Yeah, generally, okay, Festo production is from a long time here in South Bulgaria, in
like
Sofia.
25 years and
something
more.
like this, I can say more. And in parallel, engineering center, we always have developers, mainly mechanics here, who is supporting and doing R&D. Maybe something like 10, 15 years, maybe more. But in the last 2 years, what happened is that 2018 was, there is a decision that we need more and more support in the HQ, and Sofia is very good place for that, to create such kind of engineering center. And in 2019, we grow so fast.
Yeah, my point here is actually where the innovation center, the technology center of Festo is positioned compared to other places where Festo does innovations.
Good point. I mean, this is the first engineering center who is growing like this. Generally, we have in Festo, we have several engineering centers, like in India, like in Bangalore, for example, or in China, or in Boston, but all of them are very small. And the same was here before 2019, that mainly to support some of the projects and supporting functions, I can say. But this is the first time when the Festo created engineering center who is not only supporting but part of the real development, which means that we are cooperating, we are part of the team for developing of the things, and we are the first one in Festo creating this.
That's great.
And generally the idea is that maybe there is a plans, of course, in one moment in China to create a second one, which will cover the Asia Pacific. But this is the first time when we are doing this.
Well, it's great that a company like Festo believes in Bulgaria and in the Bulgarian talents for developing products, and I think innovative products,
Absolutely.
Not just products. And it's somehow connected with the education, and I know that, as we mentioned before, you invest a lot in education. But I want to ask you more about that you're part of the management board of the Association of Robotics and Automation here in Bulgaria. What is the main drive for Festo to support such NGOs, and where do you see the strengths of NGOs like Para?
1.5 years ago, somewhere there, when we met for the first time, I was really happy to see that such kind of association is created and starting. Because the point is that robotics and automation is something which is starting to be very important for Bulgaria. And as we mentioned, there is a lot of companies which is coming here and a lot of investors. And we want, as a Bulgarian people, we want to be drivers. And if we want to be drivers, we need really to speed up the things. And to speed up, we need to have a good union. And to have the good union, this means this kind of association to really to combine and to really to create a union for a lot of companies, and that together we can define the strategy how we can be more automated and robotics and automation to be more and more popular, and how we can more and more popular from the talents point of view, from the resource point of view, from the manufacturing. And this is the future. I mean, this is the future which we and this is the exact good moment, I can say, because automation and robotics there is from a long time, but now there is a lot of opportunities, and there is a big jump in the technologies, and this is something what in the next 5-10 years, I believe that it will change a lot in the world. And
we want to position Bulgaria as a place for innovations.
Exactly. And this is the good moment and the good place that we need to really to speed up these things.
Well, definitely you have a great point of view when we talk about innovations, and Bulgaria is one of the best places for innovations. This is my beliefs that we can, maybe we are not, but we can be. Okay, let's see it from that point of view. So yeah, thanks for your support and Festo support about Para. Thanks for your very fast fire chat session. It was a pleasure talking with you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in 1 hour, where in the next panel we'll talk more about innovations in Bulgaria. So stay online. See you.